let's have a look. Now, Joan, she mentioned a Channel 5 show she has on the moment, which, and it's coming back again. You're doing another...
Joan 𝗂𝗧𝗩 Position,
okay.
yeah.
We have a clip. Now, this is quite some clip because, you know, I think we've all realised Joan is someone who speaks her mind, of course, and she does it in a very humorous and a very, you know, entertaining way. But you have a guest on here. You have, is it Brigitte? Is it Brigitte or Brigitte? I'm never sure.
I don't know, and I don't care.
Okay. And there's obviously bad blood between you.
There was, you know, you have guests. You want them to be good. You want them to be wonderful. She came on, and I had met her once, and she said, "I'm angry with you from 20 years ago." Like, I don't even remember who you were 20 years ago. You're this big thing that Sylvester Stallone was walking next to. And she just was upset and angry through the whole show. And you know, at one point, I'm in the business 40 years, at one point you want to turn to somebody and say, "Why are you here?"
Yeah, well, that's
why are you here?
I've seen. We're going to show you a clip of it, and you do think, why did she come on the show? Why did she not just send you a letter or wait for you in an alleyway with a stick? Let's have a look. This is the Joan 𝗂𝗧𝗩 Position. Has this one aired in this country yet?
It hasn't aired yet.
I don't think. Okay, so this is one to look out for. It's Joan 𝗂𝗧𝗩 with Brigitte or Brigitte Nelson. I'm not sure you pronounce it. Look at this.
You gave me a hard time 20
God,
years
we
ago.
were worried that you'd be a and you are.
There you go. Wow. But you know, the number of times I've heard Parky say that to his guests. I said, hey, Joan, congratulations on, well, on still being here, on still being here. But you're so sharp and you know, still working. Well, congratulations, but it's great. And I've been a fan of yours for years, so I'm so thrilled you finally came back.
Good evening, everybody.
And good, wait a second. And good to see you too.
Thank you. I feel good.
It's a woman's thing. How great to see you.
How great to see you too.
Since last we saw each other, you've been on 4 different reality shows.
Absolutely. 1 second. Brigitte Nielsen's Position. Good evening.
The Joan 𝗂𝗧𝗩 Position, please.
Help me out.
Oh, you look, well, you've always looked great. Are you going to give me that nonsense? You were a gawky teenager, or were you from the beginning great looking? Seriously.
I've always been gawky.
Yeah. No, really.
And I still am. No, well...
no, like at 9,
I mean, you had the problem of being
you.
Too short, and I had the problem being too tall. So everybody goes through it, and it's not easy when you're in a teenage age, and the people tell you, oh, you're like this, and you're like... And you feel, basically, the underdog, the outsider. Unfortunately, it pulls you down, but it pulls you up, and it gives you the strength. Like, you sit here, you're so gorgeous, so beautiful, you're so talented, and ladies and gentlemen, Joan, yes, and the reason why I say this, because you gave me a hard time 20 years ago, and you're still around.
Sorry.
I wanted to bring flowers,
what happened
and you're
20
still
years
sitting
ago?
here.
What happened 20 years ago that I gave you?
We were talking about Sylvester and myself.
You were sleeping with Sylvester Stallone.
Okay.
What number husband was he? What number was he?
Let's ask the audience.
I don't want to hurt your ego, but they may not have them in the right order. He was 2 or 3.
That's okay with me.
Let's go on. I know you're a wonderful woman. I know you're very forgiving. I know I'm a piece of shit. I know you're fabulous. I know you're warm. I know your 4 marriages were just silly mistakes. I know your drug problem doesn't count. I know all that. I know you've got a new husband who is in the audience, and he's half your age.
I like to...
No. Wait, we're gonna have a fight here. Don't tell me no. I'm in the host seat.
Hey, I'm on your show.
So get off my show.
You want me to get off?
No, not really,
I've never been on drugs,
television.
and I never will be, so don't use it.
You never what?
I've never been on drugs.
Then you were very...
I have never been on drugs.
I'm sorry. You've never been on drugs. You're right. It was probably me who was on the drugs that thought you were acting weird.
If that's what you say, let's check it out.
I'm not going to check it out, and I'm saying I think, so you can't sue me. I think.
In my life, I don't talk about lawsuits.
Meanwhile, let's meet your husband. Look at your body language. You couldn't get any further away from me, so I'll go this way. Let's meet... This is great. I'm in the business 30 years.
You know
I never had a guest like you.
You're happy.
I am. This is great television. Thank God. We were worried would you be a and you are. And I'm so happy.
Thank you. You're not going to meet my husband.
Oh, gee. Good. Take him home, put him back in his crib. It's all right. I'll meet him next time. Meanwhile, let's go to break, and when we come back, we will not meet the new man that Brigitte Nielsen. We're back, and I've been sitting and thinking about the break, and I was wrong to yell at a guest. I was wrong to yell at someone I know all these years. I was wrong to yell at someone who is a survivor the way I am. So I'm screaming out, if she wants to come back, Brigitte, come on back and bring your husband. Brigitte, Brigitte, come back and bring your husband. Up to you. Come on, there. Darling. You don't need to hurt me. Okay, now, sit down. So, how did you two get together? How did you... How did you invite her back?
Okay,
how did you...
Sit here.
Yes, come sit.
Okay.
How did you?
That's called telephone.
Okay. No, that is inter-extranet.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
A year ago,
A year ago.
okay, in Switzerland.
I will translate. In
Okay?
Switzerland.
Ok? Allora, quando trabalhamos in Sardegna. No, in Switzerland a year ago, when I worked like a waiter in the hotel. Okay?
Okay. And how long before you got married? 1 month, 2 months?
Almost a year.
Did he speak English before
Almost
you knew
a
him?
year.
Did you speak
Don't
to each
try
other
it.
in English, or did you speak?
He's doing his best, okay?
No, I know, but did you?
All right.
I'm
we
not putting him
get-
down.
no.
Brigitte, I'm
We get
asking
married-
you. Shh, excusez-moi. Well, language.
Yeah, how many languages do you speak?
Latin. Latin.
Okay, das
And
kann man
a tiny
auch in
bit
Deutsch
of
machen,
French.
also. Wann du willst.
That's not a Latin, darling. Mandavis.
No, I know.
So why
That's
did I
the
know
reason
it?
why. Okay, because you
I
have
didn't-
a hard time understanding that he's having a hard time speaking English, but we are people that speak probably between 5 and 6 languages.
That's-
and you speak how many?
What does it matter? I speak
It
enough to
matters
say
because you asked.
something is so off here. I called you back. I apologize, and I said to your husband, who is adorable, and such sweetness comes out of him, what language did you two court in? How did you speak to each other? And you took
English
that.
and Italian.
Well, now that's not hard. It's taken us 10 minutes to get here. But that's so obviously.
You know why? Because
But am
made a mistake with the
am I
freeway.
insulting you?
No.
No. What have I done? I said, hello, you are charming. What do you do? And I speak slowly so that you can talk to me. Call me when it's over. Thank you so much. Brigitte. Everybody, my best friend in the whole world. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Bob. Was it me? She's wacko. Now.
And this is the first time we've had him on the show, or at least we've had a chance to meet. Would you welcome, please, Oliver Reed? It's nice to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
Quite extraordinary.
Yes, that's what... that's what I hear. You and Miss Winters have never worked together.
No, we haven't.
Didn't you used to be under contract at RKO?
Now, you see,
I'm sorry. I'm intimidated by the British.
why is that? You know, most Americans, and I've said that on the show before, seem to be intimidated by English people in general? They feel a little, I guess, insecure? I don't know.
No, most of them, you see, we made love to.
Most of them?
I would have remembered.
You've forgotten. No, I don't know why. I think it's a myth. I think it's very polite. I think America is an amazing country simply because it's comprised of a mosaic of European culture, do you understand? Yeah. And people that came to America, it seems to me, because they thought that they were either economically or socially or religiously persecuted. And they came and they made a happy place of it.
Right.
Some of them behaved themselves and some of them are quite loud.
We have a great mixture here. What,
I would have remembered.
But you forgot, sweetheart. Give me your hand.
We do know each other.
One written in 𝗧𝗩 misfortune's book.
This can't be happening on television.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought it was my turn.
It is.
Anyway.
Yes, anyway, what brings you here?
I'm here making, I have just finished a film called Burnt Offerings with Bette Davis, who you remember.
Yes, I remember.
And Karen Black, who maybe is a little younger than you.
Yeah, but she's not as... Never mind.
But Bette Davis is probably older.
Yes, and it's called Burnt Offerings. Mm-hmm. And we made it in San Francisco, in Oakland, just outside.
Yeah. Bette Davis is quite a lady. She has been with us several times on this show. And is one of the great actresses, I guess. You've never worked with her?
Never worked with her before at all, no. I rode her food trolley up and down the corridor outside her room at nights, and she got a bit cross about that.
Being the room service table outside?
That's right. But it was all right. I sent her some roses. She gave me a tennis ball signed with Bette Davis and a picture of herself.
She gave you a tennis ball signed Bette Davis?
Yes.
She gave it all.
It was amazing because she used to live in this hotel, and outside they had, because I believe they didn't make enough money. I could be incorrect. They didn't make enough money out of the hotel, so they've turned the tennis courts. It's like a gymnasium. There are swimming pools, people come in with rubber hats on, they swim up and down, people play tennis all day. And Bette Davis came along and she borrowed a pair of binoculars because she's supposed to bird watch in the film. In actual fact, she was looking at the fellas playing tennis. And so when the film finished, she gave us all a tennis ball.
That's very nice. I don't have one myself, and I would like to have
ask
one. Would you ask her next time?
They're on the prop strap.
We have to take a break? All right, we'll do a commercial. We'll be right back. Stay where you are. We're talking with Oliver Reed and Shelley Winters, and you brought up the word kinky, which is a word they use in England quite often, but it's not too used here.
Well,
how would you define that? And then
the English are rather kinky. They never talk about sex. Never.
We just do it, madam. That's quite British.
Yes.
Yes. We talk about it a lot in America and discuss it.
Do you know, I'm playing a colonel in my next film, and this is why I look extraordinary. And I combed my hair, and I thought...
You look like Hitler.
Excuse me.
That's why I didn't recognize you.
Do you know that Hitler was an Austrian, and most Prussians and British are very close, and that's why we fought each other. Mark my words. So
anyway, you're doing the...
So I'm playing a colonel. I thought, I don't know what to do. So actually I went into half this is pencil, because I've only grown it for 4 days. It proves I'm not terribly virile. But they penciled it in. And I was going to...
I remembered.
That is why, ladies and gentlemen, you woke up the next morning with my moustache.
Yes. Sometimes a mustache and a mask will hide the identity.
How come you get a moustache?
No, wait a minute. This is American. We're very Puritan. We have a Puritan tradition here.
Yes.
Can I leave now for the theater? I have to be on the stage in a little while.
You don't really have to leave, do you, Shelley?
No.
And you have met before. And
Do you know there's no way...
Shh.
Quiet.
Can we end the show now?
Please be quiet for a minute.
Yes, sir.
Good.
I am not really used to this. Will you please be quiet for a minute while I talk to this gentleman? I'm on the show
Yes, sir.
to talk.
Okay.
Not just to hear you, madam.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Right, Oliver. This is like the...
Right? And she was saying it was a bad audience.
Women's liberation, madam, will never survive. Not while I'm in the kitchen.
This could turn out to be a hell of a fight tonight.
Oh, you won't slip down because, madam, I noticed while you were on the show, you're actually far more controlled than you make out. Would you take off your shoe?
One?
Because on the bottom of your shoe, you have some...
I bought them in England.
Do you know why that's on there? Do you know why? So she won't fall over. That's dry British humor. But then I'm only playing a colonel.
Yes.
Royal Scots Dragoon Guards.
Is that what you are? Are you a member of the Royal Scots?
No, actually, in the film, I'm supposed to be... the opening scene of the film is quite funny, actually, because the opening scene... This is a new film. I read the script yesterday. I very rarely read a script. And I'm looking at some cows, and the lady comes up to me, and she said, would you join my father? I'm Colonel Blood's daughter. And I say, how do you do, madam? And she said, I would like you to come and join my father's army. I said, I've given up the Special Air Service, the Commandos, the Paratroop Regiment, MI5, MI16. I've given all that stuff off, and I've given it all up, and I'm just with the cows. And there's boom, boom in the background. She said, what's that? And I said, it's my gamekeeper, keeping away my creditors. And she said, well, then won't you join the army for money? And the British have been mercenaries. And I said, well, I don't really want to. I mean, if the cows could give milk, we'd be on good footing. And she looks down, they're all heifers. So she says, they're all heifers. So I say, oh, I've never had anything to do with sex and that sort of thing.
Oliver, don't do this picture. Don't do this film.
Well, you should see the cows. I'll give up smoking now.
It's Friday, all right.
But it's not Las Vegas.
It's not. Have you ever been there?
No, I haven't. They tell me they gamble there. They game. In England, we call it gaming.
Gaming, yes, and it's very big in England, but it's legalized in England. It's not. You have what they call, not bookies as we call them, but, what is the
turf accountants.
Turf consultants.
Accountants.
Accountants.
Turf
which is a very high-class name for a...
Well, it's for a bookie.
For a bookie, right.
Up until a few years ago, we used to have bookies runners. You could never... up until about 12 years ago in England, you weren't allowed to have a turf accountant's shop. And people used to stand on the side of the road with a piece of paper in their top pocket. And they used to flag you down. And you would go, you'd stop the car, and you would say, I want it on the nose, the 2:30 at Ascot.
And drive away, that was it?
And drive away. And the next day you would drive back to exactly the same place, and he wouldn't pay you.
It takes the fun out of it now when you have terrific accountants. That sounds like more fun stopping on the side of the road.
I like to win sometimes.
Yeah.
No.
Let me leave for a second here, but we shall return. Right here. You're one of the few English entertainers, I understand, that still, a lot of them have changed residence, have they not, out of England? Because of the heavy taxation.
Yes.
They seem to move, somebody said they had a group on one night, they'd moved to the Isle of Man because of the high taxes and so forth.
Yes, they've made it now very expensive. In the Isle of Man, apparently somebody's got to give to the government of the Isle of Man a great deal of money in order that they live there to prove that they're not using it as a tax shelter. Mm-hmm. Yes, a lot of people have left. It becomes at times prohibitive to live there. I still stay there. That's the next question. I still stay there because I've fallen in love with my horses and my old house, which is falling down. And
what happened to the cows? I'm sorry.
That was in the picture.
Oh, that was in the picture.
Yes.
I think I'll be quiet.
I've fallen in love with my horses, madam, and my old house, which is falling down. And I've spent the last 3.5 years with the aid of a lot of film technicians who now can't get a job, like painters and plasterers and chippies. We're trying to get it back together again.
When you say old house, an old house in this country would be 100 years, but in England, an old house, 100 years means nothing.
There's the rub, because I can't get any help because Victoriana is being pulled down. I've made a movie in San Francisco recently, and some of the great Victorian architecture in San Francisco is being pulled down. And they're building huge, great cement
High rises, yeah.
Certainly.
They're very good at that, though. You know.
No, but in their place.
plumbing is-
But it is a shame, you know, because nobody's into Victorian architecture in England. You know, if it's Georgian or it's Tudor, then everybody keeps it alive and they say it's a pity because the trucks come through. I believe that Victorian architecture should be kept alive. And I asked
Why?
because I believe that, madam, in another 100 years' time, people are going to say, did you just leave me the ashes of the earth? Or did you leave me a house? And I believe that at the end of the last century and the beginning of this, some people made, in opinions of most, ugly buildings. But I believe that Victoriana, come another 100 years' time, is going to be of sufficient importance that maybe our great-grandchildren will
Should
applaud.
have something to look at.
Yes, and that seems to strike a heavy note, but I do. And so I have...
Oliver, could I take a second of your time? Just a second. Quick,
madam.
just
You've
a
taken
second.
most of the show. I know you... I know you've got to go to the
Now,
theatre.
I know when my little girl, who's gorgeous now, 22, was little, about 15 months old, I did a picture in London, and I came there with my mother and the nurse, and, you know, because, you know. And anyway, and they rented a house for us on Curzon Street or something, and we walked in, and it was really, outside it looked beautiful, but inside, the temperature was about 10 degrees below zero, and it was very gloomy, and Gregory Peck had slept there. That was the famous thing about it. And before that, it had been
And he's not 23?
No, and before that, it had been a brothel. You know, those girls who used to come there. And this man extolled this house and said to my mother, this house is 300 years old. And my mother said, but do you expect me to live in it with a baby? No, but, okay, I got it so long. Next time.
You gotta go to the theater. Thank you.
Anyway.
A lot of non sequiturs tonight. Things just kind of trail off and...
She's all right. She can't shout at us now.
Yeah, she's...
So much for women's lib. Who's the lady that shouted?
Do they have a women's lib movement big in England also?
Always.
Oh,
Always.
it's all over
But
now.
the women in England are quite good. They're always in the kitchen, so you can't hear them when they shout.
You think that's where they should be, huh?
I think that most women are very happy. I really think that most women are happy in the kitchen, not because they like... men make the best chefs. When you ever go to a hotel and find the chef is a woman, madam?
I think
Shakespeare wasn't a bird, madam. And neither's Johnny.
I think if they paid women in the kitchen as much as they pay chefs in hotels, women would love to be in the kitchen.
I think that basically women are very happy in the kitchen simply because it means that they're feeding their children and looking after their man. I think that the time arises when a woman is put out to work. And I think then when she comes back and says, oh, I've had a heavy day, and the husband arrives at the same time, that's a bad deal, because then they're going to fight who's going to cook and who's going to wash up.
Yeah.
I think that a woman's place is looking after her man and her children, and I think a man's place is to look after her, to protect her, and provide her with a little warmth. I really do believe
You have the old-fashioned concept, right?
Yeah, but it's fairly sweet. I mean, the women's liberationists, if they thought about that... Shh! Quiet, woman! Women's liberationists... I think that women's liberationists...
Now that's what is known as savoir-faire, when you can continue.
I think that women's liberationists sometimes do extraordinary things. I I don't think that, in actual fact, that it gives them much armament to their cause. I mean, the fact that I have been smothered in whiskey, and it is whiskey, and it is whiskey, I can taste it, pays no cause to the lady. There are going to be a lot of people on this program that will laugh at that, and there will be several who will probably be quite indignant. I'm not indignant, because this is indicative of the bad manners of a lot of chauvinist ladies.
I like this show myself. But then
I shall stay here until it dries.
I hope you just lick it off. If Ed was here, he'd help you clean up. We'll be right back.
You know, one thing I've just been getting to realize, men over 40 don't like to do it anymore.
Just because their hormones dip.
The hormones dip?
I'm telling you something.
Mm-hmm.
They dip, they diminish, they go down.
But I thought they, you know, controlled it mentally. You know?
Those fish just
I mean, it
go
was
away.
love and...
It's got nothing to do with it.
Oh, dear.
Testosterone.
Testosterone.
Remember that word?
Does it ever dip back up again? I mean, at another, like, 65, or does it come back?
I don't know. Having not done it with a 65-year-old, I can't back to
Well, what about, you know, the guys that get older that have, like, you know, start having kids again? I mean, men must be doing
They have
something.
one last spurt. But anyway, so what kind of men are you into now?
I'm now
the intellectual ones.
I'm in the middle where I need the intellect
And the
and the flesh.
Good luck. Did you find anything?
Sure.
Could you send him over?
I'll ask him.
Ask him.
Sure.
Is he bright and he's got a body?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've never
But he's
seen
still
IQ in
not.
Hulk.
He's old in many ways, but very young in other ways, where, you know, he still needs to have more confidence in himself.
Right.
And,
Is he younger or older than you?
Much younger.
Right.
And then I have one that's much older.
That's good. So all sides get fed.
Yeah. I think that's the trick, actually.
So
if
do
you
I.
can pull it off.
If you can get away with it.
And I don't know if I'm going to get away with this, honey. But I'm sure as hell going to try.
You just keep in touch with Nancy Rubin. I'm going to go back and talk to Louie.
Okay.
Bye-bye, Grace.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Taffy Turner, inside America.
Hello, Ruby in London. This is Taffy Turner, Inside America. And as they say in America, que sera, whatever will be, ours to see. Was Doris Day a psychic? I think not. I'm here in St. Louis, the gateway to the West in a veritable vortex of psychic activity. You know, there are more psychics per square foot in St. Louis than there are uncircumcised men in all of Israel. Surprising? Not really. You know, someone once said, to know the future is a terrible burden, and if so, let my back break. So join me now on my peek into the future. Oh, and by the way, I predict this will be a fascinating show. Let's go.
I see a man around you, it's not for a while, about 5 or 6 years. And I can't get a description. I think that he's... Well, you know what? I think you're the type of person that doesn't care what a person looks like.
He will have dark hair. I feel there'll be the letter M or Michael, or the sounding of that name, okay?
Michael. So Michael,
And
Feichel, Teichel.
He will be on the tall side.
Oh, good, because I'm tall.
He could be short, fat, bald, with no teeth, and you wouldn't care.
His eyes are gray.
Gray.
And his hair is pepper and salt.
An older man, you think?
That's right. It's like white and gray. Black.
I see a belly, and I see a bald head, not unlike a Buddha. So get ready.
2 girls.
2 girls?
Yep, 2 girls.
Well, that'll be nice. I'd love to dress up a couple of little girls.
Well, you'll have them.
I see 2 kids, but one is not yours.
Well, whose is it?
Well, I think it might come in from another marriage or an adoption, or it could even be a dog.
Now, 𝗃𝘂𝐻 is a very unusual name. How did you get that name? Where's it from? Is it a family name?
Well, Oh, almost burned myself. Well, my parents were actually, had met at one time Ethel Merman.
Oh, I see.
And so she became a friend of our family. And so I was named after her. At times, I can feel her in me. I can feel her, but she's passed on now.
Yes.
And I can feel her in me.
Could you call her?
Well, I really don't like to do that because it's not something that I call her. It's something that she embodies me.
Right.
And
But we'd love to have her here and have her sing.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay, thank you so much. Ethel Merman, please come to us. There's no business like show business. Please come. Ethel Merman, please come. Ethel, please come. There's no business. I know everything about it is with you. Come. Please come.
Ma! Hello, Taffy! You'll be swell! You'll be great! Gonna have the whole world on a plate! Starting here, starting now! Honey, everything's coming up roses!
Oh.
Now, just to get back to a question I asked you earlier, my future husband.
Yeah.
He's a dark-haired man who's tall?
That's right.
Do you have any eye coloring? Can you see any eye color?
Brown.
Brown eyes, dark hair,
Yep.
tall.
About 6 foot.
6 foot tall. All right. What's your name?
Michael.
Michael?
Yes.
How tall are you?
I'm about 6 feet.
6 foot? And your name is Michael?
Yes, it is.
And how old are you?
I'm 24 years old.
You are?
Yes.
A little young, but what the heck?
Okay.
Michael, what if I were to tell you you're my future husband?
I believe you.
You would?
Yes, I would.
Oh,
Let's
how
go.
exciting. Can you bear children?
I certainly can.
Oh, no, that's my job.
Win.
Okay. Well, it looks like Morris was right. I found my future husband, and his name is Michael.
Thank you, Morris. It's good to see you.
His name's John, and my name's Edward. His name's John, and my name's Edward. And together we are Jedward. I've got a scar on top of my lip. I have a scar on my nose. And John has a pointy ear. John has a pointy ear. My 2 teeth here cross over. And he has straighter teeth than me. And right now, Edward has spots, and I don't. His name's John, and my name's Edward. And together we are Jedward. His name's John, and my name's Edward. And together we are Jedward. 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 I'm taller than John. Nowhere I'm taller than you. I'm actually taller than you. Nowhere I'm taller than you. Guys take. The way to tell me they're apart is that you need to like be a fan of us, and you will know the difference between us. My 2 teeth here cross over. And he has straighter teeth than me. And right now, Edward has spots, and I don't. His name's John, and my name's Edward. And together we are Jedward. His name's John, and my name's Edward. And together we are Jedward. 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 And together we are. And together we are. Jedward. And together we are. And together we are. Jedward. My 2 teeth here cross over. And he has straighter teeth than me. And right now, Ellen has spots. And I don't. And I don't. His name's John. And my name's Edward. And together we are Jedward. His name's John. And my name's Edward. And together we are Jedward. 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 And John, what did it decide? John has a pointy ear.
I'm afraid that would clash horribly with our set. What's your name?
Judith.
Hello, I'm strangely drawn to you.
Oh dear, do I look all right?
Yes, indeed, it's sticky moments. This week we find ourselves lost in the far-off seas. And here's the old salt dog himself, Julian Clary!
How kind. Thank you so much. I'm in a bit of distress this week, I'm afraid. I'm afraid we've been shipwrecked, haven't we, Russell?
We have.
One minute we were bobbing about the Pacific. The next minute I was blowing up a lifeboat. Or was it a lifeguard? I can't remember. Someone let out a cry, women, children, and celebrities first. But somehow, despite that, I found myself in the water. You got to the beach somehow or other, didn't you? How did you manage it?
I got there in a lifeboat.
You were in a lifeboat?
I was.
But you're neither a woman, a child, nor a celebrity, Russell. I'm worried about Hugh, though, the lovely hUachtarain. I haven't heard hide nor hair of him, have you?
I think I see him over there.
No. Hugh, thank goodness you're safe.
Hello, sir.
I feared the worst, you know.
Did you?
But you're all right.
Yes, I'm a strong swimmer.
Oh, that's a boon, isn't it? And you've picked up some other stragglers along the way.
Yes, indeed.
Well, have you got some details for me?
I have. Here they are.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
We'll start with you, Judith. Hello.
Hello.
This is Judith. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to open your door there. Look at that. Not very ladylike, is it?
Neither are these stools.
Sorry?
Neither are these stools.
No, I have trouble with stools myself. You're a teacher.
Yeah.
A teacher of business studies.
Yes.
And you're frightened of big rides at the fairs.
Yeah.
Some of us are grateful for those. And you'd like to be stranded on a desert island with French and Saunders. Yes, lots of laughs there, I should think. And we'll move on to Murad. That's not right, is it?
That is right.
Oh, it is right. But I pronounced it wrong.
No, Morad.
Morad, well, I did pronounce it wrong. No good agreeing with me when I'm wrong. Morad.
Yeah.
Morad 𝗂𝗧𝗩 or...
𝗂𝗧𝗩.
𝗂𝗧𝗩. Oh, you don't have a nickname. You'd think people would call you Cutie. Perhaps they will from now on. And you come from Islington, very nice place. And your occupation is a sales consultant.
Yeah.
And you'd like to be stranded on a desert island with Rob Lowe. Let's hope he brings his video camera with him. Mari, hello.
Hello.
Mari Dornan.
Yes.
You're Scottish, aren't you?
Yes.
We ascertained that in the queue outside.
Yes.
Yes? And people call you Super Gran.
Yes.
All affirmative so far. Do you have grandchildren?
No.
I'm fool for asking me. You have children?
No.
No. You'd like to be stuck on a desert island with Neil Diamond?
Oh, yes,
A dream come true. Here comes another boat here, look. Welcome. Welcome to dry land. Good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, you're sharing a porthole with Hugh there. Hardly hygienic. Hello. I'll swap those with you. And I'm going to chat with you, I believe.
Yep.
You're John Batt.
That's me.
You're from Brighton.
Yep.
Where you operate computers for an advertising agency.
No, I do it in London. I come up every day on the train.
But what about your computer operating?
That as well.
All right. Now, you'd like to be stranded on a desert island with Eddie Kidd or Doris Day?
Or both. Different reasons, of course. Different reasons.
Well, Eddie Kidd you'd just like to chat to, I expect. I hope he brings his swarf figure with him. Well, this is going to be lots of fun, John.
Yes.
You calm yourself down, all right? Melina, hello.
Hello.
Melina Smith. You won't tell us your nickname.
No.
Is it, you're not fond of it, then?
No.
They're calling you smelly up there.
That's not very nice.
I can't. That smells very nice to me. Yes. That's most unfair. You'd like to be stranded on a desert island with Mel Gibson or Tom Selleck, or both.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not both, surely. That would be a bit of a handful, wouldn't it? One in either hand. Possibly. David, hello.
Hello.
You're not sitting down at all.
No. It's uncomfortable.
Feel free. Is it uncomfortable?
It is.
Why?
It's hard.
David Joyce, from Stonehouse in Gloucestershire. Mm-hmm. You're a photographer.
Yes.
Your favourite food is a nice little chicken.
Mm-hmm.
You'd like to be stranded on a desert island with a lot of other people. You're very gregarious.
Very gregarious.
Very gregarious. Oh, that's a boon in this show, because we've got a few questions for you now, just to sort the wheat from the chaff. This is called our travel game, and all the questions for you relate to where we are, which is a desert island somewhere in the Pacific. Okay? You ready, Judith? We'll start with you. After being a castaway for months, you spot something bobbing on the horizon, full of semen. What do you do? Do you A, light a fire, B, swim out to meet it, or C, fumble in your rucksack for a water-based lubricant? You're going for C is the right answer as well. The primary concern of any self-respecting castaway must be a rude shelter. What does that mean exactly? Is it A, a refuge for battered homosexuals? B, a provocatively shaped cubicle? Or C, a grass hut?
B.
You're going for B? I'm sorry, it's C, look. I don't know why. I'll give him 1 mark, because he seems mean not to. 1 mark. Mari, now, this is a tricky one. The misleading title of William Golding's book, Lord of the Flies, has disappointed many a confirmed bachelor. True or false?
It's got to be true.
It has got to be true, I'm afraid. True, correct. 2 marks for Mari. Yes, John, if you came across a beached whale, what would you do? Would you A, run and get help? B, try and shove it back in the water yourself? Or C, curtsy and ask how Prince Andrew is? Shove it. You try and shove it back in the water yourself. That's very valiant of you. I'll give you 1 mark for that, because it's actually the wrong answer.
Oh.
C was the right answer. You weren't to know. Melina, in the days of the pirates, Blackbeard was known for his black beard. Captain Hook was known for his hook. What was Long John Silver now?
His eye patch.
His eye patch? No, it wasn't. It was actually his cookery book. You know, called Cooking with a Crutch. A jolly good read.
Sorry.
So no marks for you, Million. I'm sorry about that, but it's a shame. No, but it's early days yet. Who knows what may happen. David, if you found a little treasure on a desert island, what would it mean? Is it A, a bag of rubies and diamonds, or B, a Filipino who will do the ironing? A. You're going for A is the right answer. 2 marks for David. Right, now pop out of your cabins now, would you please? There's a creaking noise. Look at this. Come down here. You 3 stand that end. And you 3 down that end. Pick up some bellows. You can have those ones. Judith, this is a game called Blow Up My Behind. Now, we've recreated the Pacific Ocean for you here with real water. And we've got some little boats here. Can you imagine what happens next, John? Yes. What?
A blowjob.
What you have to do, you have to blow your boat right up to the other end, OK? The winner will be the person who gets to the other end first. So, no, I think I'm going to remove this for now. See you? OK, and you have about, well, as long as it takes, starting from now. Move around this side. Oh, excellent. Where is it? Bit of a ruck going on there, or someone's gone overboard. Well, while they're battling this out, you and I will take a quick break, and I'll see you shortly. Thank you. Carry on. We're still stuck here on this desert island, and it's my duty and my privilege to hand out some marks for the Blow Up My Behind game. And, Melina, you tell me that you won that.
I think so,
You won your
yes.
side? Oh, I believe you. It's all right. And Judith, so you 2 get 6 marks each, and we're going to... David and Cutie get 4 marks each, and Mari and John get 2 marks. What we've decided to do there. Could you add those up for me, please, Hugh, and tell me the score?
Mari has 4, John has 5, Cutie has 7, Melina and David have 8, and Judith now has 10!
This is the very cruel part of the game where we have to eject people. We have to cast them off back into the ocean, away from our desert island. And the people we have to lose are Mari and John. Quel dommage. John, come here, I'm terribly sorry about this. I do feel mean.
It's all right.
But we're not sending Mari. We're not sending you away empty-handed. You're getting your Fanny the Wonder Dog statuette to take with you. OK? And do you mind how you go? I expect you'll be able to build a raft or something.
Yes.
Well, could we give them some applause to send them off here? Thank you very much. That's great. Bye-bye. Move up, please. Right, and then there were 4. Now we're going to play a game called the D game, which is very simple, Judith. All the answers begin with D. We'll start over here again. What D comes with or without a hole? Are you there, Judith? A train? A donut is the right answer. Well, my friend Damien would have done. What D is a girl's best friend?
A dick.
Well, you tickled your own fancy there. No diamonds, I was thinking of. Did you hear what he said? Very rude. We'll give you 1 mark for that. Now then, Melina, what D does Russell clean his teeth with?
Dirt.
You could be forgiven for thinking so. I was thinking of dental floss or indeed domestos. So no marks for you there. What D is a popular seaside ride?
Donkey.
David Dimbleby. That's the right answer. What D gave Doctor Who an awful lot of trouble?
Daleks.
His dentures, I'm afraid. They fell out every time the TARDIS took off. What D sleeps next to Margaret Thatcher at night?
Venice.
Dracula. What is Vice President Quayle's first name?
Dick.
Dickhead is the right answer. Dan. You're done, Claire. Yes, you do now. It's difficult, though, isn't it?
Very.
That's all right. Well, we won't give you... Well, we'll give you 1 mark there, because you didn't score in the last one either. What D do you lay under in bed?
Duvet.
Duvet, or Derek. Now then, would you two pop out, please, of your cabins and come down here onto the beach, because on a sizzling hot beach, the best thing to do is to sort of look around you and see if you can spot any celebrities. And what we have here is a mystery celebrity just fidgeting around under the toweling here. Just move that round. Would one of you go the other side? Judith, you go that side. And Cutie, you come this side. And see if you can guess who this might be. Any ideas so far? I'll put my hand inside and get a clue for you. What can that be? Oh, here it is. It's a tube of toothpaste is the first clue. Someone with very nice teeth, I presume. Any ideas? Hold on to that for me. Let's try. Where's your little hole gone? There it is. Here's the next clue. Big gold medallion. David Hamilton. A bit of a Queen Mother. Getting you warm. Hang on to that. No, let's try the next clue. Aha. Here's a record called Chop, Chop, Chop. Any ideas? Hang on to that. Who?
Tom Jones.
Tom Jones. Is the last clue? Or is it the last clue? No, it's a cracker. Christmas cracker. Perhaps there's something about his jokes. Is that where he gets his jokes from? The last clue is a dog collar with Arnold written on it.
Tony Blackburn?
It is indeed Tony Blackburn, ladies and gentlemen. Would you like to reveal yourself? Hello. How are you?
Fine, very well. I'll take those off.
Yes, they're very good, aren't they?
I'll turn them off, otherwise I might wear my battery out.
We don't want that.
We don't.
You're busy sunning yourself here on this,
I am.
on this desert island.
It's lovely, isn't it?
It's lovely here,
Really
beautiful.
lovely,
I wouldn't
isn't it?
mind getting home sooner or later, though.
No, of course not.
Are you busy at the moment?
Very busy, yes. I have to get up at 4 every morning to do my Capital Gold breakfast show.
Oh, well, you have to, yes.
And I get up, I get to bed at 8:30 every night and have after my hUachtarain rave up.
Yes?
Yeah, so it's all very nice at the moment.
Are you doing panto this year?
Well, I haven't got time to do panto at the moment, because I specialise in doing buttons, you see.
You've never played any other parts?
Not really, no.
It's always been buttons?
It's always been buttons, yeah.
You've never been an ugly sister or anything?
No, not an ugly sister.
I'm sorry to interrupt your sunbathing.
That's all right.
I'll let you go and have a nice rub down with some oil.
That'd be nice.
Somewhere. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Blackburn, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. No trouble with you. Back to your cabins now. Back to your cabins. You take those with you. Well, that was marvellous. Fancy seeing him here. We have our other two punters come down here, and we'll find out who is our next mystery celebrity. Hard to tell, isn't it, from the knees down?
Yes.
Let's have a little look. Any ideas so far? Ronald Reagan, you've gone for. Have a clue, please. Could I have a clue? It's a pair of dark glasses. What does that tell us? Someone who likes to just... Magenta divine, someone who likes to disguise themselves. Stevie Wonder, no. A beard, another comedy beard, a disguise.
Lenny Henry.
Lenny Henry, no, it's not Lenny Henry. What's this? Oh, it's a plastic surgery bill. Jackson? Possibly. One more clue. Oh, look, a copy of the Satanic Verses. Who do you think that might be?
Salman Rushdie.
You've gone for Salman Rushdie, have you, David? And it is indeed Salman Rushdie, ladies and gentlemen. Would you like to reveal?
I'm sorry. Stop filming, please.
Oh.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't let this interview
Can't we have a little
continue?
peep at Salman?
I'm sorry, sir.
He looks just the same, you know. How are you?
I'm sorry, sir. I've got orders from the Home Office. So if you don't mind, I'd like to get Mr. Rushdie back to his hotel.
I wanted to talk to him for a little while.
I'm sorry, sir.
Oh, I loved your film, Salman. Salman Rushdie, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't even ask him if he was doing panto this year. Back to your cabins now, please. Back to your cabins. And I'll hand out some marks for that game. Now, you guessed Tony Blackburn, didn't you? So I'll give you 6 marks, and I'll give you 5 marks. I'll give you 6 marks, David, because you guessed Salman Rushdie, and I'll give Melina 5 marks, just for being there anyway. Could I trouble you for the scores, please?
QT has 14, David 15, Judith 16, and Melina 17!
Let's come down here with me now, please. And we're ready to play a game. This game is called Get Those Nuts on the Floor. And I'm sure we've all been to the fairground, haven't we?
Yeah.
I'm sure I saw you once sitting on a Big Dipper. Correct me if I'm wrong. Where are your balls on this side? Oh, they're there. You've got yours there. And just see how many you can get on the floor, please. Okay, starting from now. Start your own. Oh, there's one up there. Go a bit closer. Very good. Excellent work. Well, while all this excitement is happening, I'm afraid I have to trouble you with some adverts. So just close your eyes for a moment and have a nice rest. I'll see you shortly. Oh, very good. Hello again. I hope that wasn't too trying for you, and we're still stuck here on the desert island, and we're going to try and be creative now. And if you want to be creative on a desert island, you have to use the commodity that you find around you, which is sand, of course. Basically, I'd like a sand castle, but I was thinking of if you could recreate for me Windsor Castle. That would be rather nice. Okay, you've got about a minute. Starting now. Okay, Windsor Castle. We've provided some buckets for you. So, fill those up. Like little turrets round the top. Princess Margaret, smoking a flag out the window. Whatever you fancy doing for me. Yes, do something a bit more imaginative now. Cutie. Oh, that's just very good. Yes, you've only got a few seconds left now, so just add the finishing touches to your Windsor Castle. Okay, and your time is up now. Stop doing what you're doing, please. Now, let's have a look. We'll start over here. We'll start with David's. Sit myself down here. Talk to me about this, David.
Well, as it's being reconstructed at the moment.
Is it?
It's not finished.
Ah, right, sadly.
Yes. The castle, that's the walls. And then we have the main tower there.
Got some nice rhododendron bushes over there.
That's right. That's the private garden.
It's very good. It's not inspired, though. No, so I'm going to give you 6 marks for that. 6 marks for David. And I'll move over here. Now, what does this tell us?
Landslide.
Sorry?
Landslide?
There's been a landslide.
Yeah.
They're all right, though, are they? The
Oh,
royals?
yes.
You better explain that a bit more to me, if you
Well,
would.
it's all falling apart at the back, isn't it?
Story of my life. Well, I don't think it's much better than his, really. I'll give you 6 marks as well, Melina. I think that's generous. This one here, I think, is marvellous. Look, it's very perky. Don't you think? You pleased with your effort here?
Yeah, I think so. I've got this idea that Windsor Castle is on a bit of a mound, so there's
A bit of a mound.
Yeah. It's a long while since I've seen it, though.
Yes, well, I saw a little mound there. I presumed it was Margaret's ashtray. But who knows? I think that's excellent. I'm going to give you 8 marks for that. And this one, I'm rather keen on. Could you take that bucket away there, so we can see it properly? It's very good. I like that sort of very dramatic crack right through the middle.
That's where they get the cannonballs in, though.
It's where they get the cannonballs in?
Yeah, there's been a bit of a struggle.
Has there? How a struggle?
No, well, you see, the Vikings tried to take over, so they blew that one down.
The Vikings?
Yeah.
Very good. I thought you were talking about the WRP, but it's the Vikings.
It's the Vikings, yeah.
Yes? Well, no, it's excellent.
So yes? I think I deserve good points.
Well, I won't argue with that. I think I'll give him 9 points. Back up to your cabins. To your cabins, please. Now, what do we have to do? We have to get the scores, please, Hugh.
Melina has 25, David 27, Cutie 31, and Judith has 33.
Look, you two. How sad. Now pop out here, Melina, and I'll commiserate with you. It's very sad. I've got something for you to take with you, though. It's a Fanny the Wonder Dog statuette there. All right? If you hurry down to the beach, you might catch the other two, still hacking away at their raft.
Thank you.
It's been a boon playing with you. Thank you very much. I'll see you some other time, miss. Bye-bye. Pop down here, would you please, both of you? One either side of me. I don't care which side you go. We're going that side. Now we're going to do a spot of acting. We've got some costumes for you. We thought we'd do a little play set on a desert island, okay? The two of you, we imagine, have been stranded on this desert island for about 15 years. And you were probably on board some liner somewhere having cocktails in the bar, and suddenly it sank. And the two of you swam for your lives until you reached this island. Okay, you've done any acting before, Judith?
Not since I was at school.
Not since you were at school. It's quite a simple part. You're going to play the part of Sally, okay? And you're going to be Bob from now on, although your true identities have long been forgotten. Sally, you have the first line.
Bob, where are you? I'm over here catching crabs in my underpants. 15 years on this desert island, and to think when we left England, Margaret Thatcher was Prime Minister and Cliff Richard was still making records.
Stop living in the past, those days are over.
And you've become a bitter...
You've become a bitter old man. Time was when we would make love anywhere and everywhere, even in a rowing boat.
Yes, and you kept sticking your oar in.
Show me that you still care.
How?
Shove your tongue down my throat and give my tonsils a good licking.
Not now. Here comes Tom, the cabin boy.
I'm Tom, the cabin boy. Master, mistress, our prayers are answered.
Why? What is it?
There's a sail on the horizon.
Oh, good. I'll get my shopping bag.
It's not that kind of sail. It's a boat.
Oh, we must attract its attention. Where are the flares?
Hanging up in the wardrobe.
I should catch my eye by waving...
No, catch their eye, I think.
I should catch their eye by waving my trousers in the air.
But your underpants haven't been washed for 15 years. They're covered in stains.
I'm proud of every one of those stains. Let me stand here in my filthy underpants. I want to. A man shouldn't be ashamed of his underpants, even if they are rock solid.
Too late, Bob. The boat has gone. Let's cheer ourselves up by singing that old sea shanty, We're All Going on a Summer Holiday.
Oh, lovely, my favourite. Come forward a bit. We're all going on a summer holiday.
No more work for Aura. We got to
sing along.
Fun and laughter on a summer holiday.
Dancing.
No more than you. More we walk to.
All worth a round of applause up here. Marvellous. Well, I thought you were both marvellous in that play, I must say, so I'm going to give you both 20 marks for that. And to find out who is this week's ultimate winner, we'll play a game called Sticky Moments. Could we have the sticky watermelon on now, please, Hugh? Thank you very much. These are for you, OK? Now, what happens? I shall ask a question. If you know the answer, I want you to press your buzzer. OK, the winner will be the person with least left at the end. Question 1. What sticky substance can you expect to find in large brown hairy nuts? Judith?
Milk in coconuts?
Coconut milk, yes. Have a bite of your watermelon. Don't be shy about it. Sort of... That's right. That's enough. That's enough. Question 2. What sticky plant gets washed up on the beach and helps you forecast the weather? Judith?
Seaweed.
Seaweed is the right answer. Have another bite. You're a bit slow so far.
Yeah, I am.
Be very quick.
Yeah.
What did the owl and the pussycat go to see?
Judith. Okay.
A beautiful pea green boat.
A beautiful pea green boat is the right answer. Have some more watermelon. How big is your mouth?
Very.
Sit down on the floor there, Hugh. Just wanted to get him started, you understand. So I have to put that back on the plate.
Why say that?
If you answer a question, you have to answer. Pull yourself together now, please. What sticky moment could you have with a desperate pirate and a 6-foot plank?
Judith.
You have to walk the plank.
You might have to walk the plank. Have some watermelon. What creature can give you a sticky moment if you're swimming in unsafe waters? Aha. Shark. In Gulliver's Travels... But it's our last question anyway, I'm sorry. Okay. Final question. I've started, so I'll finish. In Gulliver's Travels, Gulliver had a sticky moment after being washed up on the shores of Lilliput. What happened to...
He was shipwrecked on an island with small people. Midgets.
Anyway, have another bite. Okay. Now let's have a look. Judith is this evening's winner, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, Judith. Pop out here. Come out, and you come out here as well. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It was a triumph. You came very close.
Thanks.
Commiserations.
My hands are sticky.
You are all
Thank
sticky.
you.
What have you been doing? That's for you. This is your Funny the Wonder Dog statuette. A great big bottle of champagne. Thank you both ever so much indeed. Our 2 finalists, ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye. Now, of course, we couldn't come to a desert island without arranging our clothes first. So I'll do that. I think I'll go back to that side. Now it's reversible, this cape. And we'll sing you an old sea shanty that we wrote ourselves. I thank you. You can feel that sea shanty beat, can't you? Here we go. Any second now. We set sail on Tuesday, the sun was baking hot. The captain said, hold on to this, so I said, why not? As I gripped it tightly, my hand began to sweat. I asked if I could let go now, he said, no, not yet. I can, in the salty sea. Here's a nice cup of tea, for something hot inside me. Boy, oh boy, fish and chips perhaps, or a juicy 𝗧𝗪𝗡. He asked if he could go below, oh please let me do. I said that he could please himself, but he'd have to join a queue. Then he dropped his trousers and gave a funny wink. I didn't know where to put myself, till he said, where'd you think? I can. I slapped his face. I miss a nice cup of tea, for something hot inside me. Boy, oh boy, fish and chips perhaps, or a juicy 𝗧𝗪𝗡. The ship began to sway, me boys, and bounce around the sea. The captain said, we're going down. I said, wait for me. Next thing I remember, spread-eagled on the sand, and a dozen burly strangers were giving me a hand. Can't you? In the salty sea, I miss a nice cup of tea, for something hot inside me. Boy, oh boy, fish and chips perhaps, or a juicy 𝗧𝗪𝗡. Fish and chips perhaps, or a juicy 𝗧𝗪𝗡. Thank you very much, and good night.
Band ruled the charts nationwide. After 16 years, they're doing it again with their new CD, No Exit. Here they are, Blondie.
Smooth as silk, cool as air. Ooh, it makes you wanna cry. Doesn't know your name, and your heart beats like a subway train. Ooh, it makes you wanna die. Ooh, don't you wanna take her? You wanna make her all your own.
rise.
Ladies and gentlemen, Blondie! Color me your color, baby. Color me your cry. Color me your color, darling. I know who you are. From above your color chart, I know where you're running from. Call me in my life. Call me any day or night. Call me for a ride when you're ready for your sweet life. Call me. Anytime, any place, anywhere, anytime, any place, anywhere, any day, show me off, put me on the scene, dress me in the fashions of the 1990s. You're a man, no in between. I know what your words can mean. Share the wine, come me.
Today. Who else is the other two band members? What are their names?
This is Lee Fox on bass and Paul Carbonara.
Paul Carbonara, sorry, we got it here. And Lee, and these are the biggest Blondie fans. They promised.